maybe they want to go that similar route, replace die route with something else. But
Well, this is expected, having a draft without really heavy interaction from each other.
my gosh, I know, I know.
And again, the pool of support, it's still really limited for Imba DJ. And probably the next one, I mean, even Greed defaults to Akagura once his
That's
Natalia
true.
and Selena is banned. So maybe that's what they're looking. Signal Ultra decides for something more stable on the setup. They want to head it on 5v5 and punish the Katotkacha early. So they went with the X-Borg. I'm really confident we will have an explosive fight here.
For sure.
This is very fitting for our last series.
Signal Ultra's lineup is all about explosion. One of the heroes literally explode.
Yeah.
So, yes, Signal
Insanity.
Ultra.
One of the biggest headline of the 10-ban system.
Yep.
Yeah, you have space to ban Diggy. We didn't arrive to our predictions, Rockhart. What are your calls?
Execration win with the stable matchup, with the stable lineup rather.
You're going
And
with
the
Execration.
Farsa. And
Yeah.
the Farsa.
All right. I'll vote for Signal Ultra with
Right.
this one. Let's see on Imba DJ. If Imba DJ doesn't pop up on this Kagura, it might be 2-0 for Execration.
That's right.
Yeah, because
that's
they could continue starving Imba DJ with these supports.
And I think the Signal Ultra lineup is suffering from its lack of tank here, with Ben Sanity as the support tank mid lane Cho that a lot of our teams are starting to adapt. With the help of course, Popol and Koopa Chaknu, that's the early game pressure for Execration is very, very high. Now it's going to be Sujin versus Sagitnu. For some reason, he's not lining up with the Khalid, and he's suffering for it. And Imba DJ on that support Kagura, it really, really hurts.
But still, no first blood for this running game. Maybe that's it. There's the flicker. Rhea completes the kill. And now it is time to shine. We haven't mentioned Rhea really for the side of Signal Ultra. Nice
Not
pick
really.
up there on the Khalid.
Yep, and the Khalid is going to do well as long as it keeps getting what it wants, as long as it's not being countered by a Gatot. That's a big mistake here, I
Yeah.
think.
Actually, Khalid just left the lane with the Gatot.
Yeah, I know.
So, maybe that's the technique. The buff secured here by Heat. Ben Sanity will play away against the Lancelot.
Yep, and the Lancelot is obviously the prime target here for Execration. Full funnel Lancelot with Chaknu on the side,
Standard.
making sure that he doesn't get into any big accidents, you know?
Yeah.
Like right now, Popol and Koopa is just... How many teams run Popol and Koopa? I think very few now, right?
There are very few. Actually, the peak rate and even the ban rate on PNK.
No one cares about PNK
It's
right now.
a bit low. It's very probable that I kind of but feel that skirmishes and fights are now a bit shorter with the introduction of burst, and we have some good high damage heroes in the form of the Khalid, in the form of actually Yuzong, and
Yuzong,
most of all Farsa.
Yep, and the Farsa obviously is one of the biggest headlines here in this matchup for Execration, and they are gonna deal with the Signal Ultra lineup very well. You know why as well? Because if you're in this Signal Ultra lineup, you will want to compress. You will want to dive onto people, and Farsa, if you compress, you're gonna absorb a lot of damage.
Yeah.
That's why I think Execration has better control in the early to mid game. Late game, you could expect a more split from Hades and Rhea, but I still expect them to converge from every now and then.
Moving steady here for a running game. Right now, lanes are just pretty standard, but
I like it, yeah.
I think Execration needs to start adjusting and maybe accounting for Rhea here because Rhea is having the time of his life on a lane with the Alice.
That's right.
So that's what just Signal Ultra did. They just had the Khalid not lane with the Gatot Kacha.
Yep.
Maybe they could force out the Khalid out of his own lane. Hate will be forced to burn his puncture. Down for the turtle. He only has one initiate, and that will be the Phantom Execution. We are angry. Coming in from Chaknu.
Turtle fight unless he goes back, and he is doing that right now. Benny Cutie will be absorbing that mid lane once more, and this is the power of the Alice pick.
Yeah.
It's like whenever you go and this ultimate is just so expendable.
Yeah,
You can just keep using it to clear the waves, and it's not a problem.
Yes, the natural itemization on Alice as well provides a lot of cooldown.
Cooldown.
So
Yep.
that's the thing. I
Spell
would
ban,
agree on
yeah.
what you mentioned that it is totally expendable. It makes a lot of sense on sustaining your life, especially with the spell buff that you mentioned earlier.
Oh! Sagitno! Oh, being charged in by Chujin!
Yeah. Was the channel cancel? Was that cancel? I'm not so
What's
sure.
happening?
But Sagitno goes in, went for Chujin. Oh, Curse of Crow misses from Etomax. Etomax. Still holding on. No, yeah, there we go. Thunder Strike. Bam. All right.
What happened to Tsujin? He kind of choked a little bit there.
I'm actually
He
curious.
ended it.
I didn't see it, but I think the last Insanity didn't explode or what?
It exploded
It
early,
exploded
way
early.
too early,
Way
like
too early.
instantly exploded,
I
like
see.
no sustained damage.
I see.
Maybe a little bit too overestimating the damage output of that skill. And because of that, Cignal Ultra will lose one member and loses the turtle as well to Execration.
Look at that. That is very quick. When we are in, when the Popple sends in, when the Cupa sends in Popple, and that's gonna be a very quick zone from the Feathered Airstrike of Etomax. Like I mentioned, again, these two teams, I don't expect them to really escalate, capitalize on leads. We will have a very back and forth fight. We might have an average of 11-minute games here.
That's talking conservatively.
Yeah,
I think
conservatively.
11 minutes is a minimum.
Yeah.
I expect 20 for these guys. I'm telling you, they're gonna compensate for our short games earlier.
Interesting use of skill there by Heat. He went for the Phantom Execution back so that he can last hit the Little Wanderer. It got stolen there by Ben Sanity.
Nonetheless, it still got stolen.
And they allowed Ben Sanity to walk away. So just look at
Yep.
that. Just
Speaking
I mean,
of walking away, sa Gitnu with a simple, casual avatar of the Guardian out. You know,
this match will be characterized by quick in and out. No one will die.
Yep.
Look at that.
look, Ben Sanity, he wants to get something done, but of course, it's scary to go in. Rhea in the middle of the fight right now. Khaled, no hits on the Desert Tornado.
Oh, but I'm observing something here, Rockhart. Side lanes are pushing all in favor of Cignal Ultra. They are now steadily establishing pressure
I liked it.
against Execration.
They are keeping in with the theme of order. Like, they are slowly, methodically controlling lanes here. While Execration, they want to go for fights.
They want to go for the fights. Chaknu receives some turret hit after the crack control landed onto him for the backline. Hades gets greeted by Hate, not gonna be committing to go for the fight.
Yep, and Cignal Ultra trying to disengage each and every time they can.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
And they only take fights if it's if to them it's a sure kill. Like, I think that's what happened on the top lane. When they keep trying to kill Sagitnu over and over again, but somehow they just fail because of the shield generation and the unexpected tankiness coming in from the Gatot Kacha.
Yeah. But I really hope that Hate would start participating in fights. I mean, there we go. We got one.
Wow, you
one
got
kill
your
on
wish
Rhea.
right away.
Yeah, but he was able to bag in. He was able to bag in the Khalid. Ladies and gentlemen, 2-4-0, maybe 2-4-1. And now a push is done by the members of Cignal once again in the mid.
That's a great use of Mountain Shocker. Again, they know where everyone is now. They can go for the push. And Ben Sadi with a... What happened? No Wave of Dragon.
Yeah.
It's on cooldown.
Yeah, he's
It was
dancing
on
around.
cooldown.
Ankle breaker, ladies and gentlemen. No escape actually here.
Oh my
Good anticipation from Imba DJ on landing that same umbrella open. And I think that's it.
I was waiting for the Wave of the Dragon, but hey, he's walking. What's happening? What's happening? Yeah. Apparently, it's on cooldown. He was going to rely on Imba DJ for
Yes.
the follow-up and the close-up.
Yes, and that was a good catch.
It was good
Very
catch.
rewarding, I
Very
can say.
good catch.
Yeah.
Jeet Kundo enough to help you out. And of course, Cignal is in the lead here by 2,000. Mid lane still going to be in pretty much control here by Execration because of the Farsa still.
But the problem here, Rockhart, is that it's not so easy to push against the inhibitors and maybe even the inner turrets
Yep.
of Execration. That is the Feathered Airstrike. Can be easily used by Etomax here.
Benny.
Good, still done by Benny Curie. Execration now is capable of answering maybe the initiates and the plays and the setups of Cignal Ultra. They will peel back TP coming in from Benny Curie. Imba DJ, ladies and gentlemen, will be dropping from the Way of the Dragon, from the crowd control combined with the advance of Hate.
I have to say that's so smart for Benny QT. Push everything to get that turtle and then deny it from Hades.
Yeah.
It does not need to go to Hate.
Yeah.
You don't need the turtle on Hate as long as you deny it from
On
Hades.
Yeah, yes. And Hate is actually playing a bit kind of underperforming on this one.
I know.
He just got his first kill in a few seconds ago. He went with 0-1-1. And he's using a Lancelot, kind of playing a bit too conservatively on this. Or maybe they are not just converting this to kills.
Yeah.
And maybe because no one is setting up very aggressive plays for them because right now Chakno is using a PNK.
Yeah, it's a big difference from what we've seen from Chakno in the
Chakno, yeah.
previous seasons. A lot of times he is on PNK and it's a setup hero. It's not
Yeah.
a full tank like
Yeah,
where...
like Atlas.
Yeah,
Right?
exactly. The big explosive
Kufra,
plays.
yeah.
You can't do that anymore because of the banning phases.
Yeah, Immortality is popping out on Kufra on the show here.
Chase.
Along with the X-Borg, will be able to get a tag onto Rhea. Crowd control. Of course, the Stain will be casted, but up to what extent not gonna be enough, and that is gonna be an execution done in by Execration.
Yep, the execution by Execration. I like it. Even though it's a very tanky Khalid with the quicksand, he's still able to really just sustain. He's not able to sustain rather.
Yeah.
And Execration, they are also being attacked in the mid lane
Yeah,
here.
look at Cignal here. There goes another knock up. Where did that came from? Actually, very curious, but it doesn't matter. We are angry. And also,
again!
Cupa, look at Popple here. His fangs are deadly. And another from Betty Curie tries to get a chase down. Immobilized to Imba DJ. Went for the same umbrella. Swap with the Rosho umbrella. No catch coming in from the Rage Drugs down by Betty Curie. Still the mid is pressured by Execration. This is how it explodes.
Yep.
Look at the control of Cignal Ultra on the side lanes, only to be pushed back by Execration.
Yep, and Cignal Ultra cannot actually deal with the chaos coming in from Execration
Yeah,
right now.
yeah.
The order is failing slowly but surely on the red side.
I told you it will be back and forth.
That's true.
Yeah,
It is.
It's gonna be swinging back and forth. It doesn't necessarily mean that Execration will be winning. Even with a 3K gold lead.
I
I'd be
know.
expecting Cignal Ultra to make a big play from that.
So it's gonna be the Lord here coming in from Execration. It's a pretty good tool. To be honest, they don't really have a strong amount of closing. So they have burst, they have crowd, they have wave clear, but the closing is problem. And speaking of burst, they cleaned it up. They used that to get a double, and this mid lane is now in danger, ladies and gentlemen.
Indeed, ladies and gents. Right now, the minion waves are closing in. There's enough firepower here. They're just waiting out. Etomax did burn his the airstrike. It doesn't matter. There's another one coming in just in time for the inhib in the mid. And another jump comes in from Sagitnu. And they will be bypassing the inhib. They will be destroying that one. They will be getting close into the base. Phantom execution done by Hate. And not even the sustain here of the Khalid will be enough to survive from the advance here of Execration. Round 2 goes in. There is going to be the Lord going for the inhibitor top lane. And now Etomax onto the side. I might be seeing a third
Yep.
feathered airstrike here. No, that's
That's
Imba
true.
DJ. Etomax, anytime soon you got a feathered airstrike, that should be it. At least one inhib is just taken by Execration.
Yep, I'll be honest, that is super conservative of Exec. They could have probably pushed for more
For
if
that-
they
that
wanted
top,
to.
yeah, yeah.
But they are now starting to play a little bit more safer, knowing that Cignal Ultra, they're also capable of making a strong comeback. And that's growth. For me, that's growth for Execration.
Always.
Not pushing the Fred, even
Yeah.
though they are like 2 man ahead.
Yeah.
And respecting the enemy. Huh.
And,
Interesting.
you know, they can rely on the explosiveness whenever they do team fights, right?
That's
Convert
right.
that to objectives. This is what's so good about Execration. This is the growth that we keep on talking about Execration.
They
that
change every season.
they're starting to become more controlled, more composed, you know?
Yep.
Not really forcing unnecessary fights, you know?
Yeah,
And appreciate small victories, right?
that's true.
Just like that.
If this was season 3 Execration, they would
Yeah.
have dived in
They would have dived
non-stop.
in, yeah.
Auto lock onto tower. Let's try to finish this.
Yep.
You know?
Surely,
Yeah.
surely.
And this is a big change. And Cignal, again, they are still looking for a way back here for this match, considering it's an 8,000 gold lead for the blue side. I'm wondering where is going to be the loophole. Who's gonna be the weakest chain here in Exec if ever it does? Here we go with a fight inside the base.
Yeah, well, it's a big one. A catch onto the Kagura. And let's see here. Immortality should still be available for the showdown. For the bottom lane inhibitor turret, doesn't matter. He becomes a gate. And the inhibitor turret is also destroyed. Down from Hate. And they will be advancing towards the base. That's going to be the Mountain Shocker. Not going to be enough. You can see the cannons there from the turtle base. There's also the Dauntless Fleet available for Hades. But it's just a matter of time before Execration pushes for one last time.
Again, the next wave is going to be very critical, so focus on the crowd, but it's not going to be the case. You cannot go to the minions. We will close this up right here, right now.
Benny Cutie so explosive, even with Ali's nice flicker to his ultimate. Ladies and gentlemen, Chujin was forced to flicker in his own base. Hate here. Not gonna be focusing onto the base. He wants more kill that generates hate. It doesn't matter. That's it. 13-8, ladies and gentlemen, and Execration takes this game number 1 against Cignal Ultra. Job well done.
Gotta say, that was a nice try from Cignal to try to prolong the game.
Yeah.
And no, it doesn't work against Execration. You know, tactics like trying to stall out until you have a very strong Yi Sun Shin,
Yes.
it's very difficult.